looking for positivity or looking for encouragement. To me, a Brinson aims to educate you, to give you the push to believe, to have the mindset for success. Mindset for success. To have the mindset for success. To have the mindset for success.
We have a fabulous show tonight. Our guest is Dr. Judy Mandrell. She is the CEO of Dream Builders Greatness Center. She also has the Real Talk with Judy radio show, the Leadership Academy, and the Sister Girls Network. Hi, I'm here with Dr. Pastor Judy Mandrell. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
And just to introduce yourself, you are a business owner. So tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Okay, as you said, I am Judy Mandrell here in Tallahassee, Florida. I am the Executive Director of Dream Builders Greatness Center, and I am the CEO and founder of Dream Builders Greatness Child Development Center, LLC. We have several entities in the Dream Builder Center. We have the after-school program, the daycare, the Sister Girls Network, the host of my own radio show, Real Talk with Judy Live. All of that fall under Dream Builders. Also the Family Affairs program and a Leadership and Navigating Academy that I do. And all of it has the same center focus, which is building people. Like an architect build houses and different things, we build people. So that's what the program, and the Child Development Center from ages 6 weeks to 5 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then we do the after school from 5 years to 12 years.
Okay. So it's kind of like a different organizations under one umbrella.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So now, as a business owner, because hopefully we'll be able to help someone today, how do you keep track of all of, of course they're separate, but how do you keep track of all of them as far as, are there different tax elements, like all of them are nonprofits, or do you have some that's for profit, or how's it set up?
Okay. My Child Development Center and my after school, they're for profit.
Okay.
The radio station is for profit, but everything else is non-profit.
Okay.
And how do I keep it all separate and in order? Team. I have a team that work with me. With my for-profit, I have a CPA, Certified Public Accountant.
Okay.
With all my non-profits, Danette McBride, who is also she's my Chief Financial Officer. Carolyn Waddell, who's my sister, she is my Chief Operating Officer. So she basically she's the director of the daycare. So she takes care of the daycare. And I run all of it, but not as the head.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got a real good team that helps. In every entity has its own set of teams.
Okay. So on the business end, nonprofits, I'm sure charitable organizations probably get funding for it, but for the profit only organizations that you have, the businesses that you run, how do you keep it afloat? Like, what do you do? How do you run your business and keep it, make sure that it's financially sound, financially secure?
One of the things that we do, we work beneath our means. So say if we get $100,000 profit, net, we know that that's going to come in. We don't work at that capacity. So we work underneath. You understand what I'm saying? So what we do, that way we keep ourselves in a safety net. Because if we're looking, say for instance, if we were to bring in $250,000, if we ran it to $250,000, that's not going to work.
Right.
We're going to go under. So we make sure that we work underneath, purposely. The things that we really don't need, we don't get it. We do in-kind. We do a lot of, with our profit, we do a lot of thrift shopping.
Okay.
So we have the best of everything, but we don't have to pay the best price
Right. So
in
you
everything.
catch them on sale, you get bargains.
Yes.
Okay.
And we shop around. We look at other daycares who been here longer than we have, and that they are making things happen where we want to go. And so we have partnered with those owners.
Oh, okay.
And so a lot of times those owners, they give us things, and not just hand-me-down, they give us brand new items.
Wow.
And brand new curriculum in the curriculum that we're using. So we do that. Computers and things, we have partnered with our Leon County Sheriff Department, our Tallahassee Police Department to get our computers.
Okay.
We have a computer room set up for our after-school students. Our teachers, we pay our after-school staff, and we're also partnering with FAMU, FSU, and TCC because those students need service hours.
Okay.
So our after-school program come through all of that. So we look for ways.
So you use the internship
Yes.
program? Okay.
Yes, we use the internship program, especially those who are going into early childhood education.
Right.
My sister Carolyn, she works in the child care center. I go in when necessary, but I work the after-school program.
Okay.
So we're there working it. And then I have a lot of members from the church who come in and volunteer to help with the tutoring, to help not spend all of our
All of
finances.
your income is coming in.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be right back right after this break. Learn how to trade stocks with this stock market trading course available at TemiaBrinson.com. Here, you will learn how to manage your risk. You will learn when to cut losses. And you will also learn how to define your targets. You will learn trading strategies. And these are simple strategies. These are proven strategies. And you will learn how to develop a solid trading plan. And this is a professional grade trading course. It was compiled by industry top professional traders with real trading examples. And this is also from experienced traders with over 7-figure trading results. And it's an easy to follow step-by-step approach. So go to TemiaBrinson.com and get this stock market trading course today.
With the U.S. Small Business Administration, we make small business our business by being an ally, an advocate, a mentor, a coach, an educator, a friend. So businesses across the nation can confidently start, grow, expand, and recover. SBA, empowering small businesses, empowering the American dream.
And now, let's continue with our discussion.
So it's basically like you run your household, you can kind of parallel to a fundamental budget, meaning you take care of all your expenses, but you don't try to use everything, and then you have something left over. So you don't try to use up, let's say you need employees, but instead of paying everything out of your employees, you're using internships.
Yes.
So that's a good tool. I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of businesses probably don't know that they can apply and have interns, working their business.
Yeah, and that would be something I would strongly suggest to businesses. Look for internships. Look for people who want to volunteer. You can get with your nonprofit agencies, because a lot of them will come in and do in-kind services, or you will have others who would do in-kind services. If you're not in an area where there's colleges or universities, check out your nonprofit organization. So where do I find them? Look on the internet, Google, and see, because they have people who volunteer, and they will come and help. And because we started paying our staff before we come up with the minimum wage. We're not at $15, but we pay them way above the minimum wage because we just felt a need to do that to help with, and we have older women in the daycare.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good, because older ones, they have a more sound, valuable moral system. I mean, you can rely on older people to show up and to do a good job.
Temia, they very seldom take off. Very seldom take off. They're always at work. They're on time. And what we want to happen with our development center, our daycare center, we want the children to be taught at a higher level. So, for instance, we get our 1-year-old, and Miss Connie, who I believe is the best baby teacher in the world, right? But we teach them the needed skills, but then we start preparing them for the next level.
Oh, okay.
Because what we want to happen when they leave us from pre-K to go to kindergarten, we want the school to say, wow, where did these children come from? Not, wow, where did these children come from? So everything we do is leadership based.
Right.
Even from baby age, is leadership based. So we tell the parents that you're bringing your baby, and we start at 6 weeks, and we have a waiting list. We have a waiting list now for babies, because it has been proven that when the children leave Dream Builders Greatness Child Development Center, they're ready.
So it's up to what age again?
From 6 weeks to about 4 years old.
So it's
pre-K.
Okay. So they're ready before they go to public school. They're ready for that.
Yes, ma'am. Because we want to help the parents put their child or their children on a track of excellence.
Okay.
So we start with the leadership, and we invest in leadership books now for our children.
I was about to ask you how, because for other businesses out there, they may be in different fields, but how did you know, where do you do the research? How did you find out, your competitors, or how to prepare them for, day one in public school?
My mom had operated a daycare, child development center in Fort Lauderdale for 45 years.
Oh, okay.
And she had top-notch teachers, and she made those students, a lot of the children who went through her child development, this Irma Hunter Wesley Child Development Center, a lot of them now are senators, legislators, doctors, owning their own business, teaching in Fort Lauderdale, teaching in the public schools. I think several of them have a charter school. They are the principals or the director of the charter school. So she produced that. And so growing up in a home that we saw with that, it prepared us. She prepared us as leaders. Everything I do is leadership. Everything I do is leadership. It's about leaders. So when they come in, we're looking there. We have some good daycares or development centers here in Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. And so even before we started, I was friends with quite a few of them. But then knowing what my mom did, and one of the things that they offered, I wanted to make sure if they went to our growing room here, the owner has so many, but she comes and invests in us. Okay, so I look at what they do. I'm like, no one is teaching these children leadership.
Okay. So that's what I mean by checking out the competition.
Yeah. So they're not doing it. So
right.
But everybody in Tallahassee and surrounding areas know that Judy Mandrell, if you come anywhere near her, mm-hmm. that leader coming out of you. You know. So we teach our kids. We teach our children. They have leadership days. You know, today or this week you're the leader.
Okay.
I mean, you're the first in line. If something is dropped on the floor, you have to pick it up because you're a leader.
That's interesting how you adapt that concept even to small children.
Yes.
And you found a way to incorporate, okay, well, you're the leader now, and you lead the line. Like, that's just amazing how you can just integrate that. How do you tackle, or have you ever came across where you have to tackle an emergency? And again, I revert back to personal management over your fundamental budget. You can come up with an emergency plan for 3 to 6 months or whatever. What is your formula, or what you do as far as emergencies?
We pray. No, no. We have. Now, when we started, we started with $0. We had no money, and we had no children. We started. I started because our church mother lost her job, and she had no place to work. And she said that she just prayed and asked God for a job where she can give her tithe and offering. So we had a daycare. Another group was renting from us, but they weren't paying their bills. They were 5 months behind. Okay. So we gave them a month, and they didn't do it, so we started. And what we did was, I didn't get paid. My sister didn't get paid, but we paid our current director then. And we saved. We knew how much we were going to need to get started. So we're right now at the house that used to be the parsonage for the church.
We'll be right back right after this break. Learn how to trade stocks with the stock market trading course available at TemiaBrinson.com. Here, you will learn how to manage your risk. You will learn when to cut losses. And you will also learn how to define your targets. You will learn trading strategies. And these are simple strategies. These are proven strategies. And you will learn how to develop a solid trading plan. And this is a professional grade trading course. It was compiled by industry top professional traders with real trading examples. And this is also from experienced traders with over 7-figure trading results. And it's an easy to follow step-by-step approach. So go to TemiaBrinson.com and get this stock market trading course today.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans, and soon they will be available to everyone.
This vaccine means hope. It will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
I want to go back to work, and I want to be able to move around.
To visit with Michelle's mom, to hug her and see her on her birthday.
You know what I'm really looking forward to is going to opening day in Texas Ranger Stadium with a full stadium.
We've lost enough people, and we've suffered enough damage.
In order to get rid of this pandemic, it's important for our fellow citizens to get vaccinated.
I'm getting vaccinated because we want this pandemic to end as soon as possible.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
So roll up your sleeve and do your part.
This is our shot.
Now it's up to you.
And now, let's continue with our discussion.
And I think the capacity is 36 or 42 children.
Okay.
So we're coming to capacity again after the pandemic. So what we did was we started saving.
Okay.
We started saving. When I tell you really getting the bare minimum, you really got the bare minimum. We didn't get a lot of things in the daycare. But then my mom, when she closed down, she retired. She gave us everything.
Oh, wow.
Everything.
Okay.
2 van loads. I mean,
Wow.
beds that were certified through, I forgot who it is, but I mean, everything. Everything. And we set that place up. My sister is a shopper, so she went and we made it happen. Financially, we kept pulling back.
Okay.
Okay, we saved
Okay.
and we saved. Okay, there were some things that we wanted, some brand new things, we just didn't buy them. We said we're gonna get there because we wasn't planning on closing no time soon.
Right.
So what we knew was that opportunity to get those things would come again, and we can get it. These was the growing years. We've been here now 8 years. So we took it step by step, and things that we wanted, we held off. But then as we got financially able, more and more, we started purchasing more things. Okay, more things. We had we started off with a TV that was on the table. Now it's on the wall. You know, we're able to deal. And we want the children to understand that the things that they have are valuable.
Right.
We want them to know that we are investing in you. We tell them, don't tell yourself this is expensive. And they say, what does expensive mean? You know, it costs a lot of money. You paid a lot of money? Yes, and it's for you. Because we want them to understand the value of it, right?
Right.
So, and they're children, so they're going to break crayons, right? So we just sharpen the other part when they break it. Because broken crayons still color.
Yeah.
We're going to color right down to the bitter end. So, yeah, so we do that. And we're big on saving. We're big on investing in quality things. Because we don't want them to keep tearing up.
Right, right.
So we invest in quality things for the children. Then we teach the children how to value. But if they break it, we don't, no.
Yeah. So you can be a cash-only person. So I haven't heard anything about business loans or credit. So how do you feel about that? Because it seems to be cash-only and just tight budget.
But no, we've taken out we took out a business loan.
Okay.
We took out a business loan, and we double paid.
Okay.
We double paid because we don't want to have a lot of debt.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes you have to.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, sometimes you have to take out a loan. Sometimes you have to have the debt. Because when we started, to me, I don't know what I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking about paying IRS and thinking about all this other the taxes, and I wasn't thinking about. We were just thinking money.
Yeah.
You know, and getting the children in here, and then we started realizing that we had to pay workman's comp, the federal tax, all this income. We're like, what in the world? So that took us by surprise, right? Because we wasn't, and this is what I would tell anybody. If you're going to start a business, talk with someone in business first so you can learn all of the ins and outs about it. We just started. We didn't ask any questions. The lady needed a job. We had a place, and I just figured, watching my mom all these years, I never thought to ask her about anything.
About the business side, yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to help. Yeah, not about the business side. So I would say to anyone, make sure before you start a business, or even if you're starting and you're kind of stuck, ask for help. Sit down and count up the cost. Sit down and ask people who's in business or who started a business some of their ins and outs, some of their ups and downs, and ask people who will be honest with you, because it's not easy. Starting from the ground, I'm here to tell you, it's not easy. But then if you can go 5 years, you can pretty much get to selling kind of good. Not that you won't have setbacks earlier because the pandemic.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That took us for a loop. But it was good. And there was a time in our business with the daycare that children attendance went low.
Right, yeah.
It went low. Which meant that the income went low. Right? And so what do? My sister and the staff that we had start staggering their time. They one would come in from 9 to 12, but that 8 to 5 shift, it would come in from 9 to 12, and then the other one come in from 1 to 4. And my sister and the other one took out so they split one shift, but they knew that we wasn't, and we be honest with your employees. Be honest with your employees. Let them know. Be honest with them. Don't try to hope. We was honest with those ladies. They bought in to the daycare. They bought into it. And so they knew that we were honest business owners and that they were part of the team. That we build teamwork. We taught teamwork. So when it hit low, they were willing to roll with us. They stood in there. And now, my sister and I both, we attend so many seminars. We attend business things. We're learning because we want to succeed tremendously. And we don't want to go bankrupt. We don't want to be in trouble with IRS.
We will continue with Dr. Judy Mandrell next week. I'm Temia Brinson from Mindset for Success, and thank you for watching the show. Be sure to tune in next Monday at 9 p.m.
To have the mindset for success. If you're looking for positivity or looking for encouragement, Temia Brinson aims to educate you